talk about storage in planetcrafter. And you've got two options. You've got a big storage unit and a small storage unit. Mostly you use the small one to get started, and then as you unlock the big one, you use it everywhere. And I have the same problem I have with a lot of these storage units and a lot of these different games. Subnautica's like this too. They've put these nice labels on the front of them, but what always happens to me is I end up clicking the damn label when I don't want to, when I just want to open it. Now, maybe this is my problem, because like, look, there's a nice little animation that shows you that it's opening and it works. And like, how hard is it to click anywhere but right here? So, but it's just me. I'm always drawn to it, and I can't be the only one. We were talking about it on stream last night, and I just, in some games you can't get around it. You're clicking on it and you're stuck in it, and you're like, I just wanted to get in here. I feel like on the smaller chest, it's a lot easier to navigate away from it, but on the big chest, I just feel like it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I almost like 50%, 75, 80% of the time I'm clicking on it. So I just wanted to just give you a couple of examples and then maybe just get your feedback and see if you have the same problem, and maybe you do something even cooler with these storage units. So I set up a cool little test storage unit room so we can kind of talk about them. So on the smaller ones, I think it's simple. You can put them forward like this and do a nice little label, and maybe you'll just always stay away from the side, click on the top, and you're probably fine. You could do something like this where you put it on the box, which I think is kind of cool, but you're probably still going to click on the label. Or you could put something in the back, and then you can turn them around so that there's no chance that you click on them. Most of the time, this is what I do. I just turn the box around so there's no chance. And then these small ones I just use in random places, so they just have a bunch of junk in them, so they don't really need a label, but you could put a label on the back wall. Or you could do something like this, which is you can put them side by side, and then I don't think this is a great option, but it's an option. Then you could kind of maybe put on the sign like, hey, this is what's inside these boxes. So I think these are all very good. For me, this is it. Turn it around. No chance I'm ever going to click on the sign. And if I want to, I'll put a sign behind it. Now on the big boxes, there's lots of options. This is the go-to standard. You see it everywhere. And of course, this is the way it's supposed to be. It's got the cool animation for it opening up, which shows that you can get in. You've got a nice little, something you can put whatever you want on here. It's great, except for I end up clicking on it almost all the time. It would be great if like you could click on it and then have a lock, and then you have to hard click or something to get out of it, just like, and I realize this game's still in early access and maybe they'll do something like that, and maybe I'm alone on this, but it annoys me. So most of the time, this is what I do. I turn them around, and it looks like they take up less of a footprint turned around just by looking at the ground here, but that's not the case. If you look down the line, it's the exact same. It actually looks like these stick out a little bit more, but they do not. So there's no possible way to click on it, and then I just put a little sign up top here, and then I tell it what's inside the box. And it doesn't matter where I click, I'm never gonna get stuck in the sign unless I'm looking at the ceiling, but that's just not gonna happen. And then I think you've got this cool way too. You see this a lot where they'll turn it sideways so they can fit more in the corridor. And then the question is like, which is the better way to do it? Or is there a better way to do it? Or is it just personal preference? Do you do it this way, or do you do them back to back so they look kind of cool? And then I put this sign on here and put it backwards, which I thought was funny, so I left it. Yeah, then you can put it up top, and then it's just an easy click in. There's no, you can get the sign. Look at that. There, we got the sign on the side. So I think we know which way I'm going to do it when I do them. And then this way too, no chance to misclick up top here. And then you could put a sign. I was always thinking like, maybe you could put a sign at the bottom, which is kind of cool, but I don't think so. And then there's, I guess, look, you can get it here too. Yeah, but very little chance of misclicking. And then you can just line them up. So yeah, that's just a quick run through of the storage options and how to line them up and how to not misclick the sign, I think is key for me. Hey, if you have ideas, better ideas or comments or thoughts, or maybe you want to show me how you're doing it, I'd love to see it. Put it down below in the comments, and thanks for watching. The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.